Right, hello, lads and lasses, and welcome back to Boys Down Under, where today, oh boy, 6 points clear. 4 games to go. Happy, happy days. I can't complain about anything because we are top of the league looking down on the Rangers, and the only explanation I can find. We'll save it for now. But before we go any further, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. It is the best way to help support the channel grow. I'm appreciative for all of you guys who do help support the channel. But without further ado, let's get into it. So 2-0 at Dingwall. Not the best performance, but what did I say in my match preview? I don't care how the performance goes as long as we walk away with all 3 points. But let's break down the match, shall we? Now, lineups come out. I'm stoked with it. I am stoked. Kyogo through the middle, O'Reilly starting. I was happy with the lineup. It was ideal, and Celtic were very strong. We started very strong, you know. Ross Callahan probably should have been sent off within 5 minutes, but we moved 12 minutes in, and that's all it took. It's all it took to break down Ross County, and it was our superstar from Portugal who I was secretly fuming at because he had the option of playing Ralston or O'Reilly, both in acres of space, but decided to keep on dancing and then played an absolute peach of a pass. The weighting, the dip, everything about it was absolutely world class. Finding our Japanese poacher, Kyogo, leaping above every single defender there. Scoring a header you'd expect from Georges Giacomakis, and Kyogo with his 9th league goal of the season, and Jota with his 9th league assist, and Celtic didn't drop off. You know, we kept on pushing and pushing for a good certain bit. You know, there were periods where we dropped off for a little bit. I guess you could say the intensity dropped, but the chances we were creating didn't actually themselves. But you know, we could have been 4 or 5-0 up heading into halftime, and we probably should have been 4 or 5-0 up heading into halftime. You know, Kyogo, I'm not even going to mention Kyogo's absolute disastrous sitter, which he missed. But, you know, Dyson Maida had an unfortunate shot blocked. You know, Kyogo again down the left flank. Callum McGregor, the multiple skied shots from him, but look, regardless, we went into halftime 1-0 up, and I guess it certainly could have been more, but it was a comfortable 1-0 lead. It wasn't something that I was too fussed about because, you know, it looked like we were going to go ahead and score 3 or 4 more in the second half. But second half, we were on the back foot for the majority of the half. You know, I don't think we registered another shot on target that half, not until the cherry on top came. However, seriously, we were absolutely shell-shocked in that second half. Some heroic defense from CCV kept us at 1-0, but yeah, we were just extremely lackluster and very poor with the ball at our feet. Now, I don't want to single out anyone because, you know, football is a team sport, but Rio Tate, really very poor with the ball in that second half. He seemed to always lose possession if it was a careless pass or a careless first touch. You know, regardless though, Ange made some reactive saves, which was very, very important. He brought on Rogic, Giacomakis and Abada, knowing we needed some X factor to sort of seal this win. But it didn't seem to work at first. You know, Abada was out of it, Rogic wasn't having the best of games, and GG just couldn't get his feet on the ball. But cometh the 86th minute, cometh the superstar from Portugal, because when he scores, he makes the Celtics sing. Jota on the wing, Jota on the wing. Every time he gets the ball, we know there's gonna be a goal. Our superstar from Portugal. Okay, I'll stop for you guys' sakes. But still, you know, he capped off a man of the match performance, getting the rebound off the crossbar, sending us back 6 points clear. Class from Jota and the team. Celtic 2, Ross County 0. How do you like it? 6 points clear. Love to see it. 4 games to go. But what can we take away from this game? Firstly, just because I'm in a Jota type mood, we have to talk about him. Now, he's been receiving, in my eyes, some unfair criticism recently, saying his form has slumped since getting injured last year, saying he isn't his old self now. 11 goals and 12 assists in 36 appearances this season is an incredible output. And with reports coming in Portugal saying that Celtic no longer want to pay the £6 to £6.5 million for Jota, I say due to his form slump, I say is utterly ridiculous. We won't go into that now because, we should focus on the present, and because Jota right now, and what he brings to this team is absolutely incredible. His passing game is world class, his vision is incredible. The awareness he has of what is happening around him and the runs his teammates are making is incredible. He has the versatility to play on both wings, even though he's predominantly right-footed. He can be the difference maker. Is he the difference maker every single game? No. But he's still only 23, and the fact he possesses these qualities at such a young age is absolutely ridiculous. And if we refuse to pay £6 or £6.5 million for him, I will be absolutely furious, because that is just showing how cheapskate the Celtic board can be. But, look, man of the match performance, absolutely incredible showing, put all of his doubters in the graveyard, in the mud, into absolute silence. And hopefully more of that in the final 4 weeks. But, because he is the reason, what I'm going to say it right now, he is the reason we took all 3 points. Without his cross to Jota, to Kyogo, we don't go 1-0 up. And without his goal, we don't go 2-0 up. It's as simple as that. But what else can we take away from this game? Because I never like singling out players. I mentioned it earlier. But Greg Taylor, he deserves a special rap, because it has been an up and down season for Taylor. Some incredible performances, some poor performances, most notably Bodo Glimt. But now last night, I can't remember, Ross County intentionally attacking Anthony Ralston's flank. It was always Greg Taylor's. And you know what? They might have had better luck going down Anthony Ralston's wing. And the man held his own. He played some neat passes. He won his duels with Hungbo, that is, when he came on. He isn't the biggest guy in the world, Greg Taylor, but he held off Hungbo, who was arguably so much stronger than Taylor. But, he isn't perfect, Greg Taylor. By no means is he like Kieran Tierney and at all, but he puts in the effort and he wants to do well. And last night he did very well, and he deserves the plaudits for it. But it's now about putting in these performances consistently for Celtic. And while he may have established his role as the first choice left back this season, anything can happen during the off season and prior to next season. But same with Jota. Let's focus on the now, because Greg Taylor put in a heroic performance last night. And if there was ever a time to hit form, it's the back end of the season. And it's the back end of the season when the next game is a Glasgow derby, and a win in the Glasgow derby would practically, unfortunately not mathematically, but practically secure this title. It would be done. And look, we can't expect the world from Greg Taylor. We can't expect Ballon d'Or performances week in, week out. But, he puts out that performance for the last four league matches. Happy days. And I certainly think it would be a successful season for Taylor if he does that. But third and finally, the last thing we can take away from this game is that Celtic's depth is absolutely bewildering. Oh, pardon the voice crack. Bewildering. Celtic's bench last night, let me read it out to you, in case you've forgotten. It consisted of Scott Bain, Liam Scales, Georges Giacomakis, Liel Abada, Tom Rogic, James Forrest, Stephen Welsh, James McCarthy, and David Turnbull. Not to mention, we also were missing Nir Baton, Julien, and Juranovic. It is absolutely ridiculous. We have the best squad in Scotland by far. The competition for places is hot. And yeah, it's just the audacity, of Ange to make a triple change and bring on Rogic, Abada, and Giacomakis is totally unfair. This team needs to be nerfed. It's a flex from Ange, most notably, to show that we have this quality and caliber in our team, but also, I would hate to be playing for any other team in Scotland right now, because coming up against all those players, you think the starting 11, they're getting subbed, weaker players come on. No. Players of the same caliber, even better players are coming on off the bench. It's incredible. Not to forget, we're going to have a whole summer to, further push on this rebuild that Celtic are. Not to forget, we are in a rebuild, and we're going to have £40 million to spend on this squad in the summer that is already the best squad in Scotland. You know, it's maybe 30 million, let's say, because that's how much it'd probably cost, roughly 10 million to get both Jota and Cameron Carter-Vickers on permanent deals. But it's completely unfair, and I'm loving every single minute of it. You know, and in the final 4 games of this season, that depth will be absolutely crucial. It means we can perform at 100% every single game without having to worry about resting players, without having to worry about rotation, and, you know, and looking at another Glaswegian team at the moment who are having so many struggles with their squad availability, while merely trying to delay the inevitable of Celtic winning the league, isn't it great to be a Celtic fan? It's absolutely the best thing in the world. But that is all from me. So remember to like the video. Please consider subscribing to the channel. Celtic 2, Ross County 0, my man of the match, Jota. If you have another man of the match, apart from maybe, you know, Greg Taylor or Cameron Carter-Vickers, I'd be shocked to hear who your other man of the match is. But that is all from me. So until next time, hail, hail.